like to remind y'all, if you will, to take a minute and check your phone and make sure that it's silent. For those of you that are up here, try to go to airplane mode, if you will, so we won't have an audio issue with our video recording. I'd like to call this County Commission meeting to order, and thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come out here tonight and participate in the county business. It's important to us, and I know it's important to y'all. As you'll notice, we don't have an attorney here tonight. When we hired Roger Bates, he told us that he was not going to be available. He had pre-scheduled family plans that couldn't be canceled, and he's out of town. So he has asked us to be very wary of getting into anything tonight that might need legal counsel. So we're gonna just take care of the business at hand, and if any of you think we're getting off base or into something where we might need an attorney present, if you will, just bring it to my attention, and we'll back away and table that item until we do have some representation available. We do have a quorum. We have a couple of guys out. Matt had a little family emergency tonight. Nothing significant, I guess, but they had somebody let their farm animals out, and he's trying to get his farm animals up. And Jimmy is out of town. So, has everyone had an opportunity to review the agenda? And if so, I would like to make a couple of additions and a couple of deletions from the agenda. Under Tony, I would like to add that we are asked that we add the discussion of County Road 68 with some no-through trucks issues. And Tony has also asked that we take action on this memorandum of support to the Central Alabama Electrical Cooperative tonight. So that would be added under Tony's portion of the agenda. And Joe asked that we have a resolution tonight to record next Tuesday night's meeting, which is a community meeting regarding primarily regarding the sales tax. So Joe is going to ask for that under his tonight for a resolution. And then we have the removal of the 911 appointment, and that's just removing it until we have an official letter from the 911 board. And we're also not going to discuss the master plan tonight, which was under Matt's agenda. So we're going to kick that can down the road since Matt's not here, and I don't think they're fully prepared tonight either. So if I could, I'd like someone to put a motion in to accept the agenda with the additions and deletions.
I make a motion, we accept the agenda for March 26th with the additions and deletions.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes of the March 12th meeting? And if so, could I get a resolution for approval?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the March 12th minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the claims? And if so, would somebody please put a motion to approve the claims?
I make a motion, we approve the claims for March 26, 2019.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. So now we come to the public comments portion, and under public comments we have Emma Duncan. You're welcome to come address us.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm with the Census Bureau, and I'm here to talk specifically about the 2020 census. So we are currently hiring in the area. Chilton County is one of the 2 worst counties in the state currently for hiring. We're supposed to be at 80% right now. We're at 32%. That's pre-ops, so our work actually begins this summer. We start with our address canvassing this summer. We're at 32% of our hiring rate. Overall, we need 327 people in Chilton County. We currently have 29, so we're about 300 short. I think everybody knows how important the decennial census is. This decides your state legislative districts, your local government and school boundaries, all of your federal funds, how they allocate them is gonna get decided by this head count. We're paying really well. It's $15 an hour in Chilton County. Mileage reimbursement, paid training, flexible hours if you wanna work 10 hours a week, if you wanna work 40 hours a week. We're very flexible in that. Like I said, the work begins this summer, so we'll start training this summer for address canvassing, and then from there, we'll move through 5 different phases through 2020. I feel like I have been everywhere in Chilton County. If anybody here has any ideas of where we can advertise, where I can speak, anybody that's willing to get information out, I brought a whole packet of information. Anything that you guys can help with would be wonderful, because we're struggling in this county, to be honest with you.
Okay.
What's your age limit?
You have to be 18. You have to be 18, you have to be a United States citizen, valid social security number, be able to pass a background check and fingerprint screening. You need to have a valid email address, because we're asking everybody to apply online this year. And you also will need to have some kind of access to internet. We're gonna be doing some free training before you actually show up to a training class, and that will need to be done online. You can even go to the library and do it if you don't have internet access at your home. We're pretty flexible with that.
Do you have any specific ideas of what we could do to help you?
You can post, if you can post on your website, post a flyer on your website. I've been to City Hall, I've been to the libraries, they've all been great about posting information. We do need training spaces. The library did offer a training space. That's another thing you guys could possibly come help us with, where to have different trainings around the county. Any of the other, if you have any contacts in Jemison, Thorsby, any other city that you can kind of, you know, the rural areas, we're having a little more difficult time promoting in those areas. If you have any contacts there, let's see, libraries, city halls, Chamber of Commerce. I'm not sure how much they've done. I've been in there, I've spoken to them, I've given them flyers, but I haven't seen much coming out of their office, to be honest with you.
Have you talked with the Board of Education?
I have talked to the Board of Education. The superintendent said they would email out to all of their contacts. I went to the high school and dropped some flyers off. They said they would put it in their teacher's lounge. They would talk to some of their 18-year-old students. I think even if I can get in and talk to them and kind of talk to them about the job and what they'd be doing and how it would be great for a summer job to have something on your resume. It's a government job. If anybody has any contacts like that. I think when you're putting a flyer out there and they see a flyer, oh, apply for a job, a lot of people overlook it. When you can get in and talk to them about it, it seems to help people actually follow through and apply.
Well, we're willing to help in
Okay.
any way that we can.
That would be great. I don't know if you guys have any social media. That seems to be doing well as well.
Okay.
Posting our flyer on social media,
Do the-
Facebook and all that.
Do they only work during the week, or can you hire people to work on weekends?
Yes, we're flexible. You wanna
Okay,
work
good.
nights and weekends, that's fine. The first phase, the address canvassing, it's gonna be a little more daytime hours, because you're gonna need to be able to see the addresses, you're gonna need to plot the GPS coordinates. After that, everything will be, you know, can kinda work it around your schedule.
Okay.
So would we need a resolution to add that to the county website? Do you know if there would be any additional cost, Sylvia? I don't think it would be.
I'll just have them post, no, we have a running, events list, and we can just add it to that.
Hmm.
That'd be great. We're recruiting through June of 2020, so it'll be ongoing efforts, but this first push, we really need to get people in the door by May, basically.
You mentioned summer job, so is there a, when does it begin and when does it end? So if teachers were to want to apply, what should we tell the teachers?
May is when we're first gonna contact people, so May 5th is kind of our soft launch, that we'll be calling people and saying, look, these are basically the 2 positions we're hiring for, as enumerator and supervisor. So we rank people based on their application for those 2 positions. We call, offer them one of the 2, and then say, this is where we schedule the training. We don't have exact dates yet, because we need so many people applied in an area in order to create a training class, so we need at least 20 people in an area. We don't have 20 everywhere. So they're setting up places for trainings. We've got to do all the background checks before we can get them on the books, if that makes sense. So May is when it's gonna be the first round of it, of calling people and scheduling them for training. The address canvassing will begin this summer. Hopefully, just after that, we'll train them and then we'll work them the next week. So we're hoping right there at the beginning of May,
Okay.
which should work for teachers. They should, I know they're not out of school till the end of May, but we will have a rolling session of training. So if they can't go in the first one, you know, I'm teaching, I can't take this week off to go to training. Okay, well, we'll put you on at the beginning of June type
Right.
thing.
Well, I don't see any issue with us putting your flyers up on our bulletin boards here in the courthouse, or putting a link on the website, or your flyer on the website.
Great.
And anything else we can do.
Okay, if I think of anything, I think I have your email. I think I've been emailing you, yeah. If I think of anything else, I'll just shoot you an email.
Okay?
Well, my understanding, these things are extremely important, because if for some reason we don't get the census right, we could lose a representative in Washington.
Absolutely. You could lose federal funds, and it's not just Chilton County. We're doing I've got 7 counties in the area. We're doing a little better in all the other counties, but we're struggling on hiring, and I know it's got a lot to do with the unemployment rate right now. So it's not like, oh, we've got so many more people that have applied in Shelby County, we can send them down to work in Chilton County. That's not the case this time. So we really do need people in every county on board.
We're essentially at 0% unemployment now, so.
Yeah, I know, and
It's a problem.
and we're running into that in quite a few counties as well. So I understand. So I think with the 2010 census, it was appealing to everybody that was unemployed because it was a totally different economy at the time. Now we're kind of appealing to their sense of duty for their community, because you may have a full-time job, but you can give us 10 hours to work on this type thing. Is kind of where we're going this round. And it's really important. It's going to directly affect your community. It's money that your community's not going to have. It's representation that your community's not going to have if we don't get enough people to work in Chilton County.
Do you have a lead person already in Chilton County?
Maybe. They're putting them in place. Some of them I do have phone numbers for. I don't have phone numbers for yet. We've just had a management shakeup Monday, so it's all kind of, I will double check for you for Chilton County and let you know
Okay.
for sure.
All right, well, we'll help you in any way we can.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So Tony, you're first on the department reports.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My first item is to request a resolution to approve the final plat for the Peach Meadow subdivision located off County Road 49 being developed by Denny Carroll.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Second item I got, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to post no through trucks signs on County Road 68 where it joins County Road 48 and County Road 51.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
And the last item I got, Mr. Chairman, is in the last meeting, we had passed out a memorandum of understanding that Central Alabama Electric would like for us to enter into in their efforts to get broadband throughout the county. They are just needing this agreement signed, allowing them to utilize their power poles that now are located on county right-of-way.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Not only do we need approval of this, but I think we need to authorize the chairman in that motion to sign it.
Okay. And if I could get the chairman to sign this agreement.
Oh, no.
Amend your motion.
Amend my motion to say that chairman to sign.
Could we get the second amended? Who seconded that?
Both of them.
Okay.
Steve.
Okay.
I'll
Would you
amend my
amend your-
second. I
Okay.
second the final statement.
Okay, is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Tony. Tony, if you want to go, you're welcome to go. I don't
All right.
think we'll need you for anything else tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. I think we decided or were advised to not take on either one of Tim's issues, so brings us to the sheriff's report.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening,
Good
Mr.
evening.
Sheriff.
First of all, tonight, I would like to request a resolution, the transfer of $9,814 from line item 52-200-251 utilities to 52-200-231 repairs and maintenance.
I propose a motion to transfer $9,814 from the numbers ending in 251, transferring to the last three numbers in 231.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Next, I would like to request a resolution that Ashley Peters be reclassified as a full-time corrections officer at the jail effective March 23rd.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
And third, I would like to request a resolution that Selena Patterson be reclassified as a full-time corrections officer at the jail effective March 23rd.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
That's it, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff.
All right, we have a couple of line item transfers for Gerald Arrington. Are you gonna handle those for him, Sylvia?
Yes. For Gerald Arrington, the Park and Rec Director, I'd like to request a resolution for line item transfer, $600 from 57-200-470 to 57-201-219, and $1,000 from 57-200-539, 57-201-231.
So
I'm
moved.
sorry, go ahead, Greg.
You go ahead.
I make a motion that we transfer $600 from the last three numbers of 470 to the last three numbers of 219, then 1,000 from last three numbers 539 to last three numbers 231.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. All right, we're moving on to commissioner reports. We're gonna table the resolution to appoint the new fire association president until we've received a signed letter from the 911 board. And then, Alan, do you wanna handle this one, or do you want me to
I'll do,
handle
I'll do
it?
it.
Okay.
All right, I'd like to make a motion that we extend and pay the insurance for Angela Former per the county attorney's recommendation
And that was for 1 month?
for 1 month. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman, based on council's advice, I abstain.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay. You're gonna handle Matt's, Steve?
Yes, sir. Tell me when
Okay.
you're ready.
Go ahead, please, sir.
Commissioner Mims has asked me to nominate Whitney Barlow for Chilton Shelby Mental Health Board.
Okay. So where are we on that process? What week are we in? Is this the first?
This is the second, isn't it?
Okay. So those nominations will remain open for one more meeting period at which we will close nominations. If anybody wants to nominate somebody, that position is still open for nominations. Okay. That taken care of. And we're on to the administrator report.
He didn't get you.
Wanted to bring to your attention that the Department of Revenue has asked again about the back-to-school sales tax holiday from July 19th through the 21st. We have the 2-cent county sales tax that's for hospital and Board of Education.
We certainly can do whatever this commission would like, but historically, we have not passed a resolution to participate in that because the county government doesn't get any tax from those sales tax, and we're taking money directly away from the hospital and the Board of Education. So do we have anybody that would like to do different this year, or do we want to just leave it like it is? Leave it like it is? Okay.
The Chilton Water Authority appointment is, and I think this is the last meeting for nominations and voting.
Okay. Do you have in your possession the name that was nominated two meetings ago?
They wanted to reappoint Jeff Williams.
Jeff Williams. Okay. I would ask for a motion to close nominations.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Also would ask for a resolution that we approve the reappointment of Jeff Williams. Did I hear you correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
I make a motion that we appoint Jeff Williams to the Water Authority.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like to ask for a resolution to make effective this new GASB 54 fund balance reporting policy, and that is all that it is. It's adding a paragraph that addresses our fund balances and the percentages that we use, and it be effective October 1st, or I'm sorry, effective retroactively October 1st, 2011. That's when the original resolution was made and the paragraph was not in there.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Just for public record, there was a paragraph that's required in that report that was left out of the original resolution, and we're just doing a little house cleaning to clean it up. So we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I have a request from the State Department of Revenue wanting 3 nominations for the Board of Equalization.
Okay. I would ask for a motion to open nominations for the Board of Equalization.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to open nominations for the Board of Equalization. Is there any further discussion?
Question. Any of the present members wanting to stay on?
I do not know who they are, nor are they given.
Okay. Tim, I have that. Tim, I have those.
Okay.
Okay.
So any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. So does anyone have a nomination tonight? Okay. If we don't, that's fine, but just be known that it'll be open for the next 3 meetings.
And I forgot to mention this in our work session, but you have in your booklets the revenue expense summary for through February 28th and all your bank balances through that date.
That makes me very happy. Thank you.
Joe, can you come back to me about the
Yeah.
coordinator?
Yep. Back to Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
I'd like to make a motion that our next public meeting we have on the 2nd of April, that we have it recorded on the video like we do our meetings and put it on YouTube or whatever that thing is.
So we have a motion to make our public meeting on the 2nd videoed and publicly, are available publicly like we've been doing. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. We have a couple of items in old business, and neither one of those are we prepared to take any action on tonight. We are still working on the policy and procedures manual, and our new attorney has asked us to allow him to review that when we get it back from Webb and Ely before we proceed with it. But he's wanting to clean up some of these issues that we're in the middle of right now where there's gray area. He wants to make sure that they're written out of the new policy and procedures manual. Other than that, I guess we're done for the night, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.